So much like us, we breathe in oxygen and we expel carbon dioxide. Fish do the same thing, except they do it through their gills. And this is why they can breathe underwater. Let me show you another example like I had at the beginning of this video. So when fish breathe, they first open their mouth and gulp air, and then their gills open. Okay? They're extracting oxygen from the water. The water passes over a bunch of gills. In these gills is thousands of blood vessels, which maximize the amount of oxygen that they can take out of the water. Once they've done that, they expel carbon dioxide, just like humans in the atmospheric air. But have you ever seen your fish just hanging out with his gills flared out? And no, I'm not just talking about betas. I'm talking about all fish. My tiger Oscar does it frequently. He'll just be sitting there with his gills flared out. And there's a few reasons behind this. As you seen in that video clip, Milo there was doing it because he was showing a little aggression. He was being a little territorial. Likes to show the other Oscar in here who's boss. Milo here is perfect for this video because he's frequently flaring those gills out. It gives you a real good look of what they look like, especially on a bigger fish like. Sometimes he'll just sit there resting on this log and have his gills flared out. There's a couple reasons why they do that. They're not always provoked or trying to show aggression or show who's the boss. Sometimes they just like to stretch them. Just like humans, when we wake up in the morning or at any point during the day, we like to stretch. Well, stretching's good for their gills. It keeps them limber and it keeps them in good operating condition. There's a couple other reasons why fish flare their gills like that. It could be just because they're trying to get your attention. It might be because they're wanting to play with you. Or they're trying to get your attention because they know you're going to give them food. So a lot of people think that, the gills are just for breathing, which that is their main function. But they do use their body and other parts of their body to display how they're feeling and show different emotions. So as a quick recap, to breathe, they have to gulp in large amounts of water. That's why you see them gulp and then the gills go, because they're bringing in a bunch of water. It's flowing over their gills. The gill plates are big, and in those gill plates there's thousands of blood vessels, which maximizes the amount of oxygen they can extract from the water. Then it dispels carbon dioxide. They also use their gills to flare up to show who's the boss or during fighting. They also do this to stretch them out. It feels good. It keeps them exercised. They do it to play, show emotion, and try to get attention from another fish or even you, the owner. Some of these videos seem so simple, but there's a lot more to them than you might realize. For instance, here's a few more functions of the gill that you might not have known. Some other important things that the gills take care of in a fish body is, other than breathing, which is one of the obviously main things, but it also gets rid of nitrogenous waste. Things like ammonia, urea, and acid and stuff like that, which is excreted out through the gills, and which is excreted through the gills with water in the form of urine. Yes, they do pee. They kind of pee a little bit constantly, but that's also excreted out through the gills. Gills also balance the pH in the fish's body. They do osmoregulation, which is the regulation of the fluids, the fluid pressure in the body. And it also regulates hormones. So, yep. It's always very important to understand a fish and how it works if you're going to keep one, or any fish for that matter, because it is going to help you be a better all-around fish keeper and understanding how to maintain the quality of a tank and the importance of different medicines and things like that. So videos like this, although seems a little simple, can turn into a pretty important thing. Everything works as one big machine together. You need all the parts. You need to understand how these things work in order to keep a fish and become a really good, well-rounded fish keeper. You need to understand these things. Watch videos like this. So, thanks again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you like this video. If you have any more questions, let me know. I get into things like this all the time. Bye.